Hi guys, welcome to AndroGuider. So in this video, we will be checking out AtomicOS. So this ROM is based on AOSP and this is AtomicOS 1.0. The ROM comes with the latest security patches and from the kernel version, you can make out that the latest Linux security patches are present as well. And this build, it's dated 21st of July. You can make out that from under the kernel version as well. And it's about a week old. Um, so most of the customizations which the ROM has to offer are present under the laboratory menu. So first up, we have got the status bar items. So from herein you can enable or disable any icon which you don't wish to be shown in the status bar. Um, so say if I just want to disable the VOLTE icon, I can simply just turn that off and it will disable the VOLTE icon. Enabling that back, it will reappear. And then you can also show 4G instead of LTE if you want to. Next up, we have got the battery settings. So we have got a bunch of icon styles for the battery icon in the status bar. This is the portrait icon. Then you have got the landscape icon, circle, solid circle, or you can then just simply show the text if you want. Then you can choose where to show the battery percentage. You can hide it, show it inside the icon or next to the icon. Then we have got the clock and date settings. You can show the settings if you want. You can tweak the alignment, right, center, or left. AM/PM styles. This is the small one, and this is the normal one. Then we have got similar styles for the date as well, small and normal. Uh, then you can configure the how the date font should be shown. This is the normal style. This is the lowercase style, and this is the uppercase. Then you can configure the position of the date, left of time or right of time, and in the end we have got a bunch of date formats to choose from. Lastly, we have got uh, okay, so before that we have got the carrier label settings. So you can configure the location of the carrier label. You can show it on the lock screen, status bar, or on both of them. And then if you want, you can enter a custom text for the carrier label. Lastly, we have got the quick settings. You can set up the quick pull down, right, left, or always. So when I'll set that to right. So now when I pull down the quick settings panel from the right edge of the status bar, from the right half of the status bar, we will straight away get into the quick settings panel but now instead when I slide down from the left edge, you can see that firstly we go into the notification panel, and then it will require another swipe down to get into the quick settings panel. But instead of using the quick pull down, you can straight away get into the quick settings panel. So you can set that up as per your preference. Then you can set the number of columns and rows in the portrait and the landscape mode. You can set the number of small quick setting tiles. 8 is the maximum limit. It's 6 by default. I raised that up to 8. Then we have got a bunch of animation styles. So firstly for that I will enable the advanced quick setting easy toggle. uh, First we have got the flip animation. So this is the flip animation, and this is the rotate animation. And then you can configure the animation duration, low, default, or fast. And you can also configure the animation interpolator. Again, we have got a lot of options for that. And in the end we have got the advanced quick settings easy toggle. So using this you can simply enable or disable Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and the mobile data by by just a simple tap. If you disable this option, and then if you try to enable the Bluetooth option, you can see that we head over to that advanced layout wherein it will uh, list the Bluetooth devices it can detect, and then you will have to choose from a list of Bluetooth devices. So if you want to just avoid all that and instead simply enable or disable Wi-Fi, mobile data, and Bluetooth with a simple tap, you can enable that option. Then under navigation bar we get both smart bar as well as Fling. um, so we'll take a quick look at the smart bar settings. So smart bar lets you customize your navigation bar even further. It's based on the stock navigation bar which you might have seen in other AOSP ROMs out there. So smart bar takes your navigation bar to the next level. So if you want to start editing your navigation bar, you will have to first tap on the toggle button editor option, and then you will be able to configure the actions of these navigation bar buttons. So all you have to do is long press on any navigation bar button, and then you will be able to see this menu: actions, icon, add, cancel, finish. So under actions, you can configure the double tap and the long press action of the back key in this case. And under custom actions, we have got a big list. So these are the options you can choose from. So one-handed mode is present in there. Okay, I will set that up for the one-handed mode on the left side. And under still, if you want to further customize, you can also select and launch an application instead of choosing a custom action. And also, if you use Tasker, you can launch Tasker tasks from herein as well. But currently I haven't installed Tasker, so you can't see any Tasker profiles. But if you want to set up a trigger of a tasker profile, you can do that from in here. Alternatively, you can also launch activities, dial any contact, or you can of course launch the applications as well. um, okay, so let's select maybe mi explorer. Yeah, and similarly you can you can customize the actions for and actions for all the other navigation bar keys. And you can also customize the icon of the navigation bar button. um, and then if you want to add a navigation bar button, you can do that. And then you will be able to customize all the aspects of that navigation bar button which you have added: single tap, double tap, long press, and even the icon of that button which you have added. So that's what smart bar is all about. And when once you are done with the editing of the navigation bar, you can simply just tap on this cross icon. And if you want to save the smart bar profile, all you have to do is simply just enter the name of the smart bar profile, tap on ok. And the next time if you want to restore your smart bar profile, you can simply tap on the save profiles and it will restore the profile spontaneously. Now if you want to go back to the stock settings, you can tap on that reset icon. Also, you can customize the location of the context button, input method and media actions. So basically what do you want to see, what do you want the navigation bar to show when you are typing something: input arrows, keyboard switcher, or the input and the media arrows. Then you can customize the button touch animation, ripple. This is the ripple animation. um, this is the spring animation. And then this is the flip animation. And then we have got the pixel animation in the end. And lastly, you can set up how the on which navigation bar buttons should the pixel animation be shown. Then you can configure the transparency, one-handed mode, navigation bar tint. um, we have got a nice color picker in here. You can enter a custom hex color code, and you can also customize the shade of the color you want. I'll just select the preset blue color, and there you can see the tint. um, then we have got the Fling settings. So from in here you can in Fling you use gestures to trigger actions. So from here in here you can configure the right short swipe, long swipe, swipe up actions on both the left and the right halves. Then there are single tap, double tap, and long press gestures on both the sides again. And then you can customize the Fling logo, animate the logo. You can set a custom logo image, ripple effect. You can customize the ripple color, gesture trails, trail color, the trail width, long press delays, swipe thresholds. So again, you can there are various aspects of Fling which you can customize. I will switch back to Smartbar because that's what I prefer to use personally. um, then dynamic navigation bar color, you can enable that. And you can also configure the height of the navigation bar in both the portrait as well as the landscape mode. And then in the end we have got pulse. So Pulse is a beautiful navigation bar equalizers which are shown down below in the navigation bar when an audio track is being played. I will quickly just pause this video, play an audio track, and show you how Fling works, or show you how Pulse works. Okay. Well, okay, so I had to go ahead and install a music player because the ROM doesn't have any music player of its own. So I have gone ahead and downloaded a music player. As I have told you, Pulse will be showing some beautiful music equalizers down below in the navigation bar. So you can select the render mode from in here, fading blocks or solid lines. Solid lines, the settings for solid lines are present right in the end. So we'll play the track, and then you can check out the beautiful graphical lines which you can see, and then you can configure their opacity, the solid lines count, sanity level, and the lava lamp speed. Then you can also configure the we'll set to fading blocks now, and now you can configure the bar width, the spacing, the block size, the block spacing, sanity level, and the lava lamp speed in the end. You can also set a custom color for Pulse if you want. Turn on the lava lamp, smart bar, buttons opacity on Pulse. You can configure all that. Um, okay, so I'll just okay, so we are done with the Pulse now. Pulse, it's really beautiful. Then we have got the button settings. So if you have got a device with the hardware keys, then you can customize the backlight timeout, the buttons backlight timeout, enabled always 5 seconds, and the maximum is 30 minutes, 30 seconds. Then you can configure the single tap, long press, and double tap actions for all the three hardware keys which we have: the recents, home key, and the back key. And again, we have got the same set of options as we have already seen on the smart bar. And then in the end, we have got uh, the volume rocker settings. You can rotate the volume keys when the device is rotated. Use the volume keys to wake up the device. Playback control is in there, and then you can use the volume keys to control the media volume instead of the notification one. Then we have got the lock screen settings. You can configure the bottom lock screen shortcuts from in here. Double tap to sleep anywhere on the lock screen is also present in. Power menu on the lock screen torch. In the end, we have got the recent panel settings. You can configure the how do you want the recent panel to be shown: full screen, status bar only, and then similarly we have got the navigation bar only option. Then you can enable or disable the clear all button. You can tweak the location of the clear all button, and then if you want the RAM bar to be shown, you can do that as well. um, Then under the display settings, we have got the basic options. Night light is present in here. The maximum sleep timeout limit is 30 minutes. Ambient display settings are also present in here. Then we have got uh, double tap to wake the device. So just make a note here that this option will only work if your device, if the kernel which is if the kernel of your device supports double tap to wake. This option won't work unless and until the kernel supports that option. So for the Redmi Note 3 users out there, the stock kernel does support double tap to wake, and I tested out this option. It does work in the ROM. Then you can configure the font size, display size, what happens when the device is rotated, expanded, desktop, and cast. Sound settings. Um, if you want to unlink the ring and the notification volume, you can simply turn off the switch. Vibrate for calls option is present in here. You can set the ringtones. Under other sounds, we have got the dial pad tones, screenshot sounds, screen locking sounds, charging sounds, touch sounds, and vibrate on tap. The camera shutter sound can be enabled or disabled from the camera application. And the camera application, it is the AOSP based camera. It's not the Snapdragon camera for the Redmi Note 3 users. So you can, I guess you guys would be familiar with this application as well. You can select the camera mode um, uh, if you want to use it for capturing an image or a video. And by the way, the camera does work. I've currently just my device is sitting on top of a table, so you can't see anything from the back lens. um, then you can configure the shutter timeout, and then if you want for the focusing, you can tweak that. Flashlight, that can be tweaked as well. And then you can switch between the front camera and the back camera. And we will just take a look at I guess I want to pull out the settings. Okay, so that's where the settings are. And resolution and quality, you can set all of that up under advanced settings. So power shutter, this is where that option is present. Manual exposure, bright screen, and all that stuff. um, I guess the camera shutter sound should have been present. Anyway, uh, so it appears that the stock camera application doesn't have the option to enable or disable camera shutter sounds. So we will leave that. So maybe for that you can use any third-party camera application. But that option is present in various camera applications out there. Uh, and Then we have got the battery settings. um, so battery saver, you can obviously turn on the battery saver anytime you want, or you can enable the battery saver automatically at the various set percentages: 5, 10, 15, 20, or 25%. You can set that up. And uh, and uh, then under the three dot option, you have the battery optimization and usage alerts. So nothing new in there. Then we have got the gestures. So you can jump to camera and double tap to sleep on the status bar. And under the users option, so this is something which I mention in each and every Nougat ROM review that I do. Just make sure that you fill up this emergency information section. This will consist of all your information, all your important information related to your medical health. You can enter your name, address, blood type, allergies, medications, organ donors, medical notes. So God forbid if you ever run into any mishap, or if god forbid if you run into an accident, then the person who picks up your phone to contact your loved ones, they can use this emergency information to contact your loved ones. And you can also enter contact details in here. So just make sure that you fill this up. And Then we again have the ambient display settings in here. I guess both of those settings were different. These settings will trigger when the ambient display should be triggered when you pull out the device from your pocket, or do a hand wave, or pick up your device. And Under the display settings, we had some different settings in there. You can use these settings to customize the fade in timeouts, visible duration, fade out, brightness level. So those two things are different. um, and Security settings, well, you can't configure the grid size in the pattern lock. And under the settings option, you can configure the lock screen message. Then unknown sources is enabled by default. um, Under developer options, we have got um, USB debugging. It's enabled by default, so this will come in handy if you wish to restore your apps using a titanium backup. uh, then we have got some Wi-Fi settings, animation settings. And then in the end you have got force allow apps on the external storage and force activities to be resizable for the split screen mode. um, well, yeah, and then the applications which we get in with the ROM, we have got a calendar application, the AOSP camera, clock, contacts, and under Darkness Hub, you can read more about the team which have designed the ROM. So currently they have got two variants, the redefined version. The redefined is based on LineageOS, and AtomicOS, as I told you in the beginning itself, is based on AOSP. And both of them support Substratum, and you can know more about them, visit them on Telegram, their Google Plus community, and then you can check out the team, the members of who have worked hard in compiling this ROM. You can check out the feed for latest updates, and then we have got some an amazing set of wallpapers for the ROM. You can check that out as well. And for information, you can visit their website, give them feedback, contact for support, and do all that. Um, and then we've got the gallery application. This is the stock gallery application which you can also find in Lineage OS. Timeline, albums, videos. You can even do a slideshow, select any image. Maybe I can just pull the Atomic OS quickly, and then you can edit this image, uh, slideshow, set picture as, view the details. And we've got a nice overall editor. You can add various filters, add some frames, uh, crop the image, straighten it, rotate it, change the exposure values, and do all that stuff. Then we've got a messaging application and MI Explorer. This is the Explorer application which I use personally, and it's great to see that the Atomic or the Darkness team have included this by default in the ROM. So MI Explorer, it allows you to open archived files. It also allows you to make on the spot edits in the archived files. I will just quickly create a copy of this. Okay. Okay, so it as I was telling you, you can make spontaneous edits in the archive files. So say if I just want to delete this APK file from the archive file, I will just simply delete it, and you can see that the edits are really spontaneous, and you don't have to first uncompress the archived file, delete that file, and then compress it back again. So again, as I'm telling you, the changes are really spontaneous, and you can search for various files. You can choose from various viewable layouts, add a folder, empty file, symbolic link. um, you can sort the files in through various sorting options which we have, and then um, you can also additionally connect to various servers if you want, FTP, HTTP, or TCP servers, and in the end you can also theme the overall the you can theme the look of MI Explorer, but for that you will have to head over to their to the Google Drive option, and you can then download various skins from in here. uh, well, apart from that, you can select the language, and there are a bunch of add-ons available. You can VLC codecs, metadata, signer, archive files. So by default, MI Explorer can open .zip files, but if you want to add further options for the 7Z, gzip, TAR files, RAR files, PDF reader, and all that stuff. So various add-ons are present in there, and you can customize them as per your choice. And this does allow you to browse through root as well. And reminding me of root, the ROM isn't rooted by default, so you will have to flash SuperSU or Magisk to root the ROM. I will be having links down to both of them down below in the description box. Um, and the music player isn't present by default. I had to uninstall that application. uh, and the phone application settings and the VIA browser is present in here. So this is a really This good browser, it allows you to save the web pages, share them, view the desktop site, translate them, find in page. The screenshot option, I tried taking a screenshot of a Google search page, and the screenshot option doesn't work. At least it didn't work in my testing. Then you can view the source network log. You can pin a web page to the launcher. More options. Well, yeah, this is all what we have. Then you can add bookmarks, view the history, save pages, download manager, show image, full screen mode, night mode. So a lot of useful add-ons in here. And well, yeah, in the so if you are someone who wants to enable those vibration settings, then you have got your vibrate for calls. I think, yeah, I was looking for those settings wherein you can enable the vibration when you pick up the call or when you hang up or on every 45th second. But those options aren't present in the ROM. I was searching for them. Maybe I'll just take a quick look around. Speed dial settings, you can configure all that. Calling accounts, call blocking. So call blocking is present in here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the option for call vibrations isn't present in here, and wallpapers, the ROM doesn't come with any live wallpapers. So if you want to use any live wallpapers, you will have to download them from the Google Play Store. And widgets, these are the set of the widgets which we have, and MI Explorer does provide you with a couple of them as well. And lastly, under settings, we have got the you can configure the icon pack, allow home screen rotation, show the search bar, predictive apps, and uh, under the quick settings panel, these are the quick setting tiles which are enabled by default, and and these are the ones which you can add on. Okay, and if you're wondering how the power menu looks like, this is how it looks like. And yeah, this pretty much sums up this video. um, so in case you like the video, hit that like button, and in case you want to get a notification whenever we upload our future videos through this channel, then do subscribe to us as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a nice day, take care, and we will catch you guys in the next one.